Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Latin America show. My name is Enrique Gelista, and it's a pleasure to be tonight, as every Tuesday, sharing the best of Latin America with all of you. So, well, thank you very much for all your support. Thank you to all the friends that they are like now connecting and start following us. I would like to ask you that, well, as always, please give us a like. Follow us in all our social networks. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel, remember to put the bell there in order that you know every time that we're uploading a new video, and all the previous episodes, you can watch them there. We have spoken about a lot of traditions, a lot of countries, a lot of different things. So, well, we would like to invite you to watch all the previous shows to know more about this interesting region where you can learn about different countries, different culture, different people, amazing and extraordinary people that we have coming from Latin America, but not only Latinos, also people that are engaged with Latin American people. Like, for example, today we're gonna have one of our guests that, well, she is very linked with Latin America, and also they are producing footwear and interesting clothes in Peru. So, well, it's like, don't miss that part that, well, we have the pleasure to have here at NAYLA. Also, we're gonna have Pao Pestana that, well, she's from Venezuela, and she's an extraordinary singer and songwriter and producer. And well, she's gonna be tonight with us, and she's gonna share the music. And also, I feel very proud that, well, these two videos, they are going to be released tonight. If you listen to the promo, or if you watch the promo that we had this week, this is the music that you're going to listen to tonight that is just extraordinary. So, well, we're going to have an interview with her. And also, I don't know if you remember that, I think so, 1 month or 2 months ago, we had the Samba Challenge. And they were like all eight people that, well, 8 women, they were participating. And of course, they won different prizes here in the Latin America show. But tonight, we have the 4 winners of this Samba Challenge. They are going to be here, and we're going to have the opportunity to talk with them, and they are going to tell us about their experience, but also we are going to see how very well performed has been this Samba Challenge by the 4 of them. And well, they are people from, well, they are like from Italy, from Okinawa, from the UK, and from Egypt. So, well, it's like you will have the opportunity to watch it here. And I would like to say, first of all, thank you to Abjit that, well, he's joining us, Adriana Sanchez, who is saying hello, everyone, Annalise, that she's saying hello. Sorry, here, Annalise, hi, Enrique, hi, Annalise, and happy birthday, by the way. It was your birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, Annalise. Also, we have here, and well, it's like Manolo, that, well, Manolo is an extraordinary person that, well, also he helped us tonight to have this interview with Pao. But Manolo is going to be in 2 weeks here with us, and we're going to know more about what is he doing with all this Latino music and everything here in London. So, well, don't miss that show, because also it's going to be very interesting. Here we have also GIULIA that, well, she is one of the participants of this Samba Challenge, and well, she's going to be with us in a couple of minutes more. So don't miss it. It's going to be a fantastic show. And as always, I would like to ask you to click there. That always is like, I have this problem saying here, I think so, here, where it's saying share or compartir, or it depends the language that you have, but well, so in that way, more people, they will know more about Latin America, the different people and personalities that we have across all the countries, and also all the different things that we're doing there. And before we start the show, I would like to say hello to mis amigos, my friends, Whitney Nuchereno.
Hi, everyone. I'm back here in London, excited to start the show on London time, and I'm really excited for tonight. Like Enrique said, one of our guests, NAYLA, is friends with Clara from Pertusa. So if you watch our episode about Peruvian fashion back in, I think, July, you might see some similarities between the topics that we covered. So looking forward to that, and of course, Pao's music, which is so good. So yeah, let's just begin, I guess.
Thank you, my dear Whitney. Also, if you haven't watched that show about Pertusa and all this fashion industry in Peru, I can remind you that, well, on Facebook, and also on YouTube, you can see and you can watch all the previous shows, and well, you can find them there. So, well, we have extraordinary interviews also, and you can know more about more people. And also on the other side in Clapham, we have Clapham Common, yes? In Clapham Common?
Clapham Common, Clapham Junction, we are kind
Oh,
of
all that
really
area?
close.
Roger Alarcon.
All the area. Well, good evening, everyone. Enjoying this. Today's cold. We enjoy the Saturday here in London. Sunny. Today's cold. Let's see how it's weekend. But no, also that Whitney should be very happy because the Golden Globes was in the weekend. So your favorite series won. So I don't
Wait,
know.
what's
It's
your
just
favorite series? It changes. Casa Papel?
yeah.
No, that it has to be in English. What's your favorite
The,
series?
the Crown. The Crown.
Oh
You
my gosh,
watch The
that is
Crown.
my new favorite series. It is, but I
It's
haven't
your
caught up.
favorite series.
It is right now.
Yeah.
Yes, watch it. It's very good, but I haven't caught up with the the Golden Globes.
Golden
Sorry.
Gloves. And
Yeah,
not only that,
I'm a little
not only
jet
that,
lagged.
it's
I apologize.
wait for that. Now it's trendy. Now you can be in your pajamas at home and receive a Golden Globe with a cup of coffee. Oh, you can do whatever now these days in this
Love it.
lockdown. But anyway, happy to start this program.
Yeah.
Excellent, my dear Roger. Thank you very much. And well, thank you also people that they are joining us, like Gary Dancy, who is saying hola a todos desde Londres. Also, Jaja Aguilera, who is saying, I love this show. Excellent. Thank you very much, Jaja. Well, we love everyone. And also we love sharing all the things that we are like making research, bringing all these amazing people and extraordinary things that we have shown in this program. Believe me, we really enjoy it. And also I would like to ask you if you have friends from Latin America or people that they are linked with Latin America, just send us a message through Facebook. And well, of course, if they have something interesting that maybe they would like to talk, and we can bring them to the show and they can talk about it. And I think it's time to start our Spanish lesson with Whitney Nuchereno.
Perfect. I just commented to Yaya if she meant The Crown or this show. So one never knows. Okay, so tonight,
Both.
both, right? Okay, so because
Mike's on mute.
yes, I was just gonna say because I have two students who like to mute me. Yeah, he knows. All right, so the first part of this episode is actually dedicated to our first guest. I decided to do a little bit of fashion and colors because that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And so let's get into it. I'm just going to change my background. And the second half is going to be slang. I know you missed it the first last week. We didn't do it. So I made sure to put that in for the show. Okay, so perfect. Last week we talked about definite and indefinite articles, and I really don't want to get into it again. I just want to really quickly recap the ones we're going to use tonight so that if you missed last episode, you have an idea. But there's several types of articles, and the definite ones are these: el, la, los, and las. And they go before any noun, and they agree in number, which means singular or plural. So el and la singular, los and las are plural, and gender, which is masculine, el and los, and feminine, la and las. So every noun has a certain gender, and that's how you can determine the article. And these articles mean the, or sometimes nothing at all. We just use them in certain contexts, like me gusta la moda, I like fashion, so, and whatnot. And so we've seen these articles last week, like I said, when we were talking about el cine, like the cinema or movie theater, and la película, movie. So now we're going to look at them with fashion. So a couple words, not all of them are nouns, but the first one is la moda, and this means fashion, of course. And because we're using this word, I thought, okay, I have to add in this other word, which is a verb and an adjective, estar de moda, or it can be used estar a la moda. I've seen both, which is to be, if something is stylish or fashionable. And okay, so you see the verb estar. There are two verbs to say to be in Spanish. It's wonderfully annoying for an Anglo speaker where we only have one verb. And those two verbs are ser and estar. And like I said, because we as Anglophones only have one verb, this is challenging. Deciding between the two. And my students, even at higher like college levels, have grappled with this over the past few years. But the main difference is that ser is used with more permanent situations and estar is for more temporary ones. And so because we've learned that things go in and out of style, we use the verb estar. So if I were to say, está de moda, está la moda, it means, it's fashionable right now, whatever I'm referring to. And it could be the next word, la ropa, which is clothes or clothing. So those are a few words just to start. And because tonight you're going to hear some of these words in English during the interview, we're going to focus on shoes. And so I thought I would narrow it down to this part of fashion this time around. I did something similar with Pitusa. So if you really want to check out that interview and more clothes vocabulary explained and with pictures and all of that jazz, go to that interview. I'll post it in the comments after this. Okay, so we have a few words, los zapatos, which are shoes in general. Los tacones, or another word could be los tacos altos. There are several words for high heels, which we will briefly mention tonight, possibly. But the main focus is going to be on las sandalias, which are sandals, and not flip-flops like chanclas or chancletas, because I thought about putting that in, but we'll use that next time. So because we talk about fashion, we also need to learn the words for colors, and I want to use them kind of together, especially with the last word, las sandalias, and pair them together for you guys to comment in a few minutes. So quick review of colors. I threw them all on one page, which is not what you're supposed to do, but because of what I want you to do on the next activity, there they are. So they are in the color that they mean in English. So we can just go through these, and we have rojo or roja, amarillo, amarilla. If you're colorblind, rojo is red, amarillo yellow, anaranjado or anaranjada for orange. We have rosado or rosada for pink, morado or morada for purple. I tried to put the white background, but you can't see it that well. Dorado for golden, negro and negra for black, and then the opposite, blanco or blanca for white. And then we have azul for blue and verde for green. So a couple things here, I'm gonna explain this. So when we use colors, we have to remind ourselves that they are adjectives, meaning two things. First, they go after the noun, like most, but not all, adjectives in Spanish. And secondly, they must agree in number and gender. And this is what I was referring to earlier with the articles, which is also why I wanted to bring them up. So if we use the word las sandalias, now las sandalias it's a feminine word because of la, and that's plural because of the S at the end. So if I were to talk about las sandalias, all the colors that end in O would end in AS. So for example, if I were to say like red sandals, it'd be las sandalias rojas. Same thing for the other ones. I'm going to explain that in a second. So for the colors azul y verde, if you look back on this slide, you'll notice that they don't have O or A at the end of it. And so when you make a plural, because they don't end in a vowel, you have to add ES. So if I were to say las sandalias azules, it'd be ES, and same with verde, so you just add the S because it ends in an E. But because they don't end in O or A, that's how you make them plural. With verde, just add an S, and with azul, add an ES. So I have to ask the audience, ¿qué color de sandalias prefieres? Okay. Yo prefiero las sandalias doradas because it's in the summer, it goes with everything. So put it in the comments below, and I'm gonna refer back to that list and add a possible answer. So throw it in the comments below and I'll get to them in a second. And while you're pondering and you're thinking, all the colors that have a star or an asterisk after them are actually the color of the sandals our next guest, NAYLA, is currently selling, and they're online. So, you know, if you like any of those colors, you know where to get them. And we'll dive into that very soon. But in case you had the urge to splurge, I figure I'd throw those in there. So we have with Liliana, a mí me gustan las sandalias rojas. Yep, I was going to use the verb gustar, but didn't know if I'd have enough time. But we'll get into gustar next time. That's all I have right now.
So wrong, Liliana, wrong.
Why? How is that wrong?
Me gustan, and should be only prefiero. prefiero
Oh
las
my
sandalias
God,
rojas.
stop. Oh my
So
God,
it's like,
you're stricter than me. Que we
another
have
question.
sandalias rojas, negras, porque combinan con todo. That's true. That's how I feel about las sandalias doradas. Me encantan porque combinan con todo. Okay, verde. Is Yaya wrong too, Enrique?
My favorite color is verde, but she's not talking about sandalias in particular.
Vale, okay.
So I don't know. It's
But
like
it's
to hear.
in Spanish, so.
I know Enrique's sandals are the doradas, the brighty doradas.
I
sandalias.
wasn't gonna bring this up. I didn't want to embarrass Enrique, but yeah, they're his favorite because they shine. They go with everything. They go with all the black tops he wears.
I know Enrique's fashion. He loves the shiny ones. So
Shiny ones. And definitely las sandalias doradas. Those are the shiny ones. Yeah, we'll have to get you a pair.
Teacher, you know what? I have a good way that, well, for example, ser y estar in Spanish to describe it. Normally, I used to say that, well, for example, ser is I am Enrique. It's something that is not going to change.
Right.
So I am Enrique. And I can say I am happy. Estoy feliz. That is something that could change during the time.
Right. Yeah, that's
day.
why I said permanent and temporary.
Exactly. So that's a way, teacher.
Teacher, you're listening.
So could I have a star?
No. You don't get a gold star. You might get some gold sandals. Who knows? We have also.
Yeah, of course. He loves the gold sandals.
Nature, la naturaleza. Ooh, I like that. Me encanta. Then Yaya, you're gonna love this next guest because nature and sustainability is all that we're gonna talk about. And then azul.
Okay, Enrique.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, Enrique. If you wear the silver or the shiny sandals, I wear the pink ones, the rosas. Okay, so we equal.
I can wear.
Ask you guys what your favorite ones are, but I don't know if I want to know that answer.
No.
No, because they're only really for, I know we're in like a gender fluid world, but I can't imagine you guys wanting to. They're very feminine, but that's
obviously
now
in this lockdown.
Why? I think so. You know what? Next show I'm gonna bring my red shoes.
Good.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I have my red shoes. That actually I really love them.
But these are more like elegant. Okay, I'm done. No one's gonna understand. You bring your girly items to the show, Liliana said. So just lay them out, point your screen down, and show us.
So, well, I can see that, well, here we have like a fiebre amarillo. Jade is preferring fiebre amarillo. Also, it's like azul, Annalise. Azul, as you said, Jaja, well, she was saying that, well, she prefers like the green ones. Hello to Itzy also. But, well, I think so it's time to go to the first video that we have tonight. As I said before, we have an extraordinary singer, songwriter, and producer in this show. So she is Pao Pestana. And, well, tonight, the first video that we're going to hear is Quiero, Verte. So over you, my dear lawyer.
Quiero verte. How long you've been buscando something like this tastes like gold. What have you been pensando? You can't Google this, there's no code. Now close the door. Now there's no need to own this. Replace the fear with wonder. Grip now to my fingertips like you belong to me. Come close and breathe me in like you belong to me. Yo quiero verte otra vez. Tu boca y tus ojos sincero y yo quiero verte few. I'll borrow dreams, just don't do it no more. I've got some tricks to show you. I know that you're not a bore. Tú no me aburres a mí. No, no, there's no need to own this. Replace the fear with wonder. Pray to the moon, stay longer. Cause every time gets stronger. Grip now to my fingertips like you belong to me. Come close and breathe me in like you belong to me. Yo quiero verte otra vez, tu boca y tus ojos sinceros. Y yo quiero verte otra vez, tu mano, tu cuerpo entero. Ya, oye, tú crees que yo soy mala y para mí está bien. Cuéntame qué es lo que quieres hacer con esto. Tú crees que yo soy mala y para mí está bien. Cuéntame qué es lo que quieres hacer con esto. ¿Qué es lo que quieres hacer con esto? Quiero verte otra vez. Y yo quiero verte otra vez.
Well, she's Pao Pestana, and well, she's going to be tonight with us in the show. So, well, you can see that, well, you can listen. That is an extraordinary singer. So, well, she's going to be with us tonight. So, well, but now we're going to go with our first guest that I think so. Whitney, over to you.
Of course. So NAYLA ATALLAH is the founder and CEO of NAYLA, a company that's dedicated to designing and selling luxurious and sustainable sandals made in Peru. In her press kit, she states, NAYLA sees the environment as an invaluable resource and inspiration. By thoughtfully cultivating our environment, we can save and even restore it. She firmly believes that the environment is a luxury and therefore her products are a clear reflection of this. She started her business during the pandemic and has impressively been successful during such trying times. To that end, I'd like to welcome you to our show this evening. Hi, how are you? Oh, you're on mute. Still on mute. If you, yeah.
Hi, how are you? Sorry about that. Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. It's such an honor. So let's talk about your products as they are unique. So what, and it inspired you to start your own company. So how did you come up with this great idea? And can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, of course. So when I was living back in New York, I was working for Theory and Helmut Lang in product development for about 7 years. But then I moved to Miami to be with my now husband. And when I moved to Miami, I had to really stop and think about what I wanted to do next in my career. And, you know, sustainability was at the forefront of my mind, especially in Miami, because you're out on the water all the time, you're outdoors. It's so beautiful. Like, you know, outdoor life is something that, you know, in New York, you're indoors all the time. And in Miami, you're outdoors. And so I just felt like, you know, sustainability was the future of fashion. And I wanted to bridge my love for fashion and merge that with sustainability. And that's how I came up with the brand. And especially at that time, back in 2018, it was, I think, there was really a huge gap in the market for sustainable footwear, and not, you know, flip-flops or sneakers, but like, you know, like chic, cute sandals that you could wear from day to night. You can, you know, go out with your friends, go to dinner. And I felt like there was something missing. There was nothing really there that I wanted to purchase. And so I thought, all right, this is my opportunity. And that's sort of how the journey started.
Enrique.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah. So, and yeah, now it was me. So in that way, when we're talking about that, well, is this kind of sustainable? It's like, what is the importance and how did you create this great initiative? It's like, how did everything started? Like creating this, I don't know if you can explain us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a process. So first I thought, what does sustainability mean to me? Before I start this brand, why are we sustainable? What makes us sustainable? What is our DNA? What's our ethos? And so I came up with 3 pillars that really represent the brand. The first is environmental sustainability, meaning that really we're looking at, you know, our footprint and every part of the shoe and, you know, trying to do it in a better way and make it in a better way. So I have like the Josefina here, for example. So every part of the shoe I looked at to say, okay, well, how can we do this better? So our sole is made with wild rubber. Do you guys know what wild rubber is?
Very
No.
little based on your description in your, yeah.
So
on your
I didn't either. So wild rubber is actually used from rubber that comes from the tree. So it's not petroleum based. It's not plastic like you see in most flip-flops. This is actually a natural material. And, you know, what's amazing is that the tree is never, you know, cut down. It's left to regenerate. So it's a really, really wonderful material. Also, we're giving back to the communities that work there. And, you know, rubber tapping is a decades old tradition, and it's something really slow, really beautiful. And so we're really proud of using that. We get the wild rubber from the Amazon rainforest in both Brazil and Peru. And actually, one of the first things that, you know, we did for the brand was go to the Amazon in 2018 and source the wild rubber. We met with the local communities there, and we saw how it was made, and we you know, found the communities that we're still working with to this day to provide the wild rubber that makes the sole of the shoes. So that's one part of you know, what makes us sustainable. Another material that we're using is pineapple leather. And it's not a leather, it's a material made from pineapple leaves. And, you know, an interesting fact about pineapples is that they bear one fruit in the whole lifetime. And so you have like tons of leaves that are wasted and discarded every year. And so the farmers now can sell those leaves, and it's made into the pineapple leather that we're using for the shoes. And the third material, which people really, really love, is the fish skin, which is from Iceland. And the fish is a byproduct from the fishing industry. So it's a zero waste material. And so that's part of our environmental kind of pillar of responsibility. Then the second pillar I would say is social responsibility, making sure that everyone in our supply chain, everyone that we work with gets paid fair and livable wages, and of course is treated ethically. And you see a lot of examples of where that's not happening. And the third pillar is giving back to, you know, charities and local communities, and, you know, giving back where we can. So that's sort of how I saw the brand and envisioned, you know, what makes us sustainable. And yeah, and that's sort of like how it started. And then the researching of the materials and finding the factory. And then, you know, here we are.
And now Roger is on
Now
mute.
Roger's on mute, like
So I don't know, today, yeah, we are just like
See,
going around. Don't worry, Roger.
Going around. Anyway, no, that's really interesting, and I think the sustainability is the future. In that context, I know you explain everything, all the materials, but what goes in the process of designing and making each pair of sandals? How long does it take?
So each actual shoe takes 48 hours to make. It takes 2 days to make a pair of shoes. It's all made by hand, and it's a very slow process still. But from like, you know, if you're asking like to make a collection, that takes months and months. So basically from initial sketch and concept up until you have your collection, you know, you see a sketch, and then the sketch is actually realized into a product, but that product doesn't necessarily work, or you have to tweak a million different things, the strap placement, the tension, the angle, the shape, and, you know, you may come out with a totally different shoe by the end of it. And you do that for, you know, who knows how many styles depending on your collection. So it's a lot of back and forth, a lot of communication. There's a lot that goes on the back end that maybe people don't realize before a collection is ready and you're able to sell it. I also wear test everything for weeks to months at a time, depending on how much time I have, just to make sure that it fits perfectly, like there isn't too much like tension anywhere, everything's balanced, like it doesn't hurt your feet. So, you know, there's a lot of time and effort and a lot of people who, you know, work on it to really make sure that we are giving the best product that we can.
And
And
Before
sorry.
I want a quick question, because obviously you mentioned obviously the rubber, the pineapple. The most interesting for me, it was the fish. How did that came very quickly? Tell us how it came that I'm gonna use that, or it could be used as a shoe, in a shoe. With a
Okay,
sandal.
I researched a lot of materials. I spoke to a lot of people. I traveled a lot in search for the materials that we're using. So there were a lot of materials that, well, I had to test everything, and I sent everything to a lab to make sure that it worked on shoes. So it was a lot of testing, and once I actually tried it on a shoe, I ordered those first materials and I saw it and I'm like, oh my God, this is beautiful, but how does that translate into a shoe? Because you don't really see it that often. And so it has to work on a shoe. It has to have longevity. Shoes have to be very durable. You walk in them for hours, days, weeks, months at a time. Anyway, so once we did all the testing, we put some protos into work. It worked, and they're beautiful, and they're soft and buttery, and like people say that they look like an exotic, but they're not an exotic, and they're really beautiful. So
Well, that's interesting.
A lot of researching.
Hold on. Of course, well, it's like, I think so that, well, to make sustainable, and I think so here I have two questions that, well, actually they are going to be like three questions in a certain way. It's like, first, you were telling us about the products that, well, it's like you went to the Amazons and you checked that, well, it was all these materials, you can find it in Brazil and Peru. However, we know that, well, you're manufacturing and you're producing all these products in Peru. So here it could be more like, what is the reason that you choose Peru as a place to produce this, the shoes? And the second question could be like, well, when we're talking about sustainability, and you were telling us that each pair of shoes, it takes 2 days to be produced and everything. It's like, normally when we're talking about, for example, sustainable or eco-friendly, we're talking about expensive products. I don't know if you can tell us a little bit about how you compete, because, well, it's a very nice product. It's very eco-friendly, if you want to say in a certain way. And as you were saying, that what you're working with communities. So, well, why Peru first of all?
Okay, so why Peru? I had a lot of experience manufacturing in Peru previously when I was living in New York. And I really loved working with Peru. I loved the workmanship, the craftsmanship, people are very honest and hardworking and timely. So I had really great experiences from working there. And then basically when I moved to Miami, I married my now husband, who's Peruvian. So both of those things together was this like very, it was like a very clear, like, well, Peru is a perfect place. We have connections to Peru through him and through me, and it's semi-close to Miami, and there's the free trade, and it kind of like all came together and made sense. So that's why we picked Peru.
And the other part, like how, because I was seeing the prices, and it's not like when we're thinking about a Tesla, for example. No, it's like this kind of state of the art and very expensive. So, well, it's like they are affordable and everything. It's like, how do you manage to compete in pricing?
Well, firstly, my margins are not that huge. They're not as, big as they could or should be, from what I've been told. And so that's a big part of it. But because the cost to make sustainable products is very high. I mean, the cost of my goods are very, very expensive. So it is tough, but I love what I'm doing. And I think that, this price point was sort of the kind of, it worked. Like it made sense, and, people are responding really well to it. And that's how we landed here, because obviously you can find things that are way less expensive, and, who knows who's making them, where they're made. And then you have things that are like, on the other end of the spectrum. So I wanted to try to be as price sensitive as I could, given the product that we're making.
Yeah, I really like that. And I mean, it's kind of similar if you look at in the sense for like price, like Pitusa, like some of those dresses, because of like the cost of production and the materials, you have, a really good high quality product. So I think if people value that, and especially with the sustainable aspect that you've brought to this, that they're going to appreciate and maybe splurge a little bit more on a quality pair of shoes that's made ethically. And actually, speaking about Pitusa and Clara, I know you hire a lot of women, I think exclusively, I believe, for your factory. So could you tell us a little bit more about the importance of hiring women to work with you?
Yeah, I think for me, it's really important to hire women, to empower women, to, you know, make sure that women have their sort of financial freedom and financial independence and have their own careers. I think that's something that, you know, is critical, and, you know, to be a part of that makes me really happy. Also, being a woman and, you know, being now a new mother and, you know, having the same experiences with a lot of other women that I work with on the brand, it's really nice to have that relatability and share those ups and downs and kind of be there for each other. So I think all in all, it's really like a wonderful thing and creates a really nice environment.
Well, and that's amazing. No, especially for the fact is you do the product which is sustainable. Sometimes the media doesn't pay attention to that. It's always just the tendencies or designers or everyone. But now the most important is people are looking for things like that. I believe that you just not design sandals. You expanded your market with other designs. Can you please tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we are launching soon with a block heel, which I really love. The heel is like, for me, the perfect height because you can literally wear it from day to night. It's really versatile. Versatility for me is also the best form of sustainability because you don't need a million pairs of anything, a million pairs of shoes, a million, you know, shirts. So this is something that I think is like a must-have in your wardrobe because it's super comfortable. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. I'll give you a little peek here of one of them.
Yes, ooh, I love them.
So this is coming soon. Yes.
If you need someone to test those, I will happily do that on behalf of the show.
No problem. I would love that.
I think so,
Enrique
Whitney.
as well.
I think so. Yeah, and I think so. Actually, yes, no problem. You can send me some of them. But I think that well, actually, I don't think that Whitney is the only one who wants this kind of shoes. I think so. You have a lot of your friends and a lot of people saying, yeah, if you want to test, yeah, you can send me some.
Yeah, my friends are super helpful. They're really, they're great.
Well, and actually, it's like NAYLA. Well, it's like where people they can buy your products. Is there available for all the different countries? From which countries is there like local in Peru, local in the US, here in the UK? Where people they can find more about you and your products?
So you can buy everything on our website, which is ShopNayla.com. We're also selling in the Pitusa store, the flagship store in Wynwood in Miami. So that's really exciting. You can go in and try them on. And also you can find us on Maison de Mode, and coming soon, we'll be selling on some other retailers, but I'll keep you posted once everything is finalized with that.
Okay, but nowadays they can buy it directly on internet, right?
Yes, on our website, ShopNayla.com.
Excellent. Well, sounds like, and do you have any social? I think so. You have Instagram, right?
Yeah, we have an Instagram, which is just _ShopNayla. And you can find all of our styles there and some lifestyle shots, how to style it, and some of our mood boards and everything. So yeah, we have an Instagram. You can follow us too.
Well, I think so. That well, sounds like a fantastic opportunity also for people that, well, now they are like looking for, it looks like the lockdown is going to be almost over during the summer. So I think it's a fantastic opportunity that people, they can support the planet, Peru, and of course, well, something that it could be like women and everything that you are around, and of course your company, yes, yeah, in order that, well, you can produce more. I have another question that, well, is coming here from the audience that, well, they are saying, what type of fish are you using for this? I don't know if they want to steal your idea and they want to now to go fishing and just to create the sandals, but it's like, what kind of fish?
They want to go to fishing to Norway.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I think, right? Or Norway too, I'm sure.
It's salmon skin.
Ah,
Okay.
salmon. Okay.
That's
Ooh.
interesting.
No
So
wonder.
yeah, every time that I'm going to cook a salmon, I'm going to take the lower part, and maybe I can start like do it by my own.
Okay, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, you can do
Why
that.
not?
I will try it. I think it's going to be a little bit stinky, but well, yes, because I don't know the process how to do it. But yeah,
It could take more than 48 hours as well.
yeah, exactly correct. Yeah, it's going to take me 48 hours, and also I think so they are going durable for less than 48 hours actually. But yeah. So well, I think so as well.
I don't want to be close to you when you do that.
Oh, me neither. We'll keep you in lockdown anyway.
I will start trying. Yeah, during lockdown. I'm gonna do my shoes. Yeah. NAYLA, so it has been a pleasure having you here. And of course, well, we will continue following you on, of course, your different products. And well, anytime that you're launching something different, you can let us know in order to invite the audience to check your website, to check the new products, and also to make a difference to the planet in general.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It was so nice speaking to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, NAYLA. I'll send you my address for that. I'm just kidding. Not. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. So, well, it's like she is NAYLA. And well, remember, just I think so that, well, Roger, I don't know if you can put the website there in the comment section in order that people, they can go and check the different products that they can enjoy, these sandals. And if you are preparing, if you have to give a present or you are planning to enjoy the summer, even it's part of the spring, that is even is going to be part of lockdown. Maybe you can stay at home and you can relax, very useful. So well, and also you are doing something for a community in Peru and also for the planet. That is the most important, is the place that we're living, all of us. So well, I think so that now it's time to move, as we said at the beginning. Well, it's like we have an extraordinary songwriter, and well, she is Pao Pestana and is a Venezuelan-born, London-based singer, songwriter, and producer. She travels smoothly between a variety of musical genres and presents a new flavor by merging them with her South American heritage. In October 2020, Pao self-released Quiero, Verte, that it was a song that we listened at the beginning, under her own name, attracting the attention of Rings FM, White Radio, Pop Matters, Hoxton Radio, BBC Six Music, introducing who defined Pao sounds as fresh, spontaneous, and widely original. And Pao is currently working on her new single. Well, it's working, but well, actually, we have it here, so it's already finished. The single Culebras, while writing and recording music with renewed producer Nat Powers, that well, he's very well recognized for brands and also for some Netflix productions. So well, we have the honor to have here from Venezuela, because well, we haven't presented Venezuela previously, but here we have now. She is Pao Pestana. How are you, Pao?
Hi, I'm okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well. It's like you are not on mute, and you have to commit that mistake because, well, I think so. All of us, we commit that mistake during the show.
Sorry,
so now,
sorry.
okay, not the teacher. The teacher, no, she didn't. How, Pao? Well, it's a pleasure having you here as actually as a representative from Venezuela, because we have spoken about many countries before, but we haven't had the opportunity to talk with someone from Venezuela. And well, first, I would like to ask you, what and who inspired you to become a singer and a songwriter?
Wow, that's a deep question. I guess I love music. I always liked music, and it kind of like was always quite naturally for me since I was a child to like write lyrics and like sing and improvise with like in my grandma's house with my dad. And so it was quite like, I think it was more like a natural thing that I had, and then I had to explore, and I let myself do it and like give it a try. And that's why I'm making music, and I'm you know, here. Yeah.
So it's a family thing in general.
I mean, I think the artistic things, yeah. My grandma plays the piano, you know, since always she used to teach piano. So yeah, it's definitely family inspiration, but also like I grew up listening to a lot of music, you know, and that kind of came natural. And then I started making my own beats and my own, everything was like, as I said, very, let's say DIY, natural, and explorative. So yeah, definitely family has a big influence, of course, in everything I think we all do, no? So yeah.
And in that part, with that influence of the family, all of a sudden you say, well, I want to explore the world. Tell us a little bit, tell us about how you, what do you move to London? How was the
Yeah.
process? What do
Yeah.
you thought about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think at some point of my like teenage age, I started like, I had the opportunity to like travel, and I went to Argentina, and I started trying. I remember I started falling in love with just like little other places in the world, and I always had the feeling that I wanted to at some point move and like experience the world in a different place. I love Venezuela, like honestly it's my home. Like every time I go there I'm like, you know, it's home, it's real, you know. But I guess also like, of course the situation in Venezuela is not, it's not a secret. I mean, everyone knows you know, how the country has gone through, all of that has gone through, and I think that pushes a lot of people out of it, and to look other, you know, other places, other opportunities. And so I think that definitely played a big, yeah, it's definitely one of the things of why I left, to just try other things somewhere else. My first idea was actually going to Argentina. That was like my first kind of, I love Argentina. I was like, oh, I want to go to Argentina, and I wanted to study, I did study acting, but I wanted to like further my acting how do you say, studies, practice. Yeah. But then life took me this way. I came to visit London, and I really fell in love, and I always wanted to learn another language. So for me it was also like a big thing about like learning English, because I did have some knowledge, but I was not fluent at all. So I was like, you know, if I go there, then English is going to become my second language, so why not?
Yeah, and you speak it so beautifully. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
thank you.
Native American.
And now you're singing in English, actually. So
Yes.
it's like, yeah.
I was thinking that, yeah. But as a native, I shouldn't say English speaker, American speaker, as they call it over here.
Yeah, definitely.
I love your English. I actually want to dial a little bit back about your music, and definitely like talk about singing Spanish and English. So I have two questions now.
Yeah.
The first is like, why both languages for your songs? And sometimes a mix of the two, like in, I don't know if I heard it in English, but yeah, Spanglish, like Culebras. Yeah. I listened to that nonstop on the plane. We're going to talk about that song specifically later, but for like 8 hours, I just listened to that song. I loved it. But my question is, why English and Spanish or Spanglish? And also like the genre of your music. I know it has multiple layers, and how it's transformed, particularly with your move to London. So lots of questions in one.
Okay. No, it's okay. It's good. I really like your questions. Spanglish, because I speak Spanglish, so it just naturally happens, you know. I think like it also in Venezuela, I think we have a very, very strong influence from like the States, obviously. So yeah. I think a lot of people in Venezuela listen to music in English. So it's not like, you know, and then moving here, obviously that kind of deepens. Is that a word? Deepens?
Yeah, no, perfect.
So yeah, so obviously it came kind of natural as well. And I was like, you know, like I have some ideas in English and some ideas in Spanish, and I just wanted to merge them. And also, I think there are some things in Spanish that you can't say in English. Yes. And the other way around. Like, you know, there are some things like from like a I don't know, like a love word or like a feeling or like an attitude that you can actually only express in a specific language, you know? So that's definitely, I really like the combination of Spanglish. That's how I speak my daily life. So, and literally. And I guess like, yeah, London had a big influence in my music taste, definitely. Like I go, even I mean, I like a lot of type of music, like that's probably quite cliche to say because everyone does. But like, I really like from like, I don't know, jazz to traditional Venezuelan music to salsa to, I don't know, electronic techno. Like I think here in London, I had like a big influence from like jazz and hip hop, like the hip hop kind of sound that London has, which is completely different from the States.
Yes.
So yeah, London has a big influence. It's my surrounding. So it affects everything I do in my life.
No,
Yeah.
I love that.
And in that process, process where your music is having your first hit, Quiero Verte. You dropped it last year. Could you talk about more of that song and the success it had?
Yeah, I got a lot of like it has been a cool experience. It's the first single I put under my name, and it was very nice because like I got a lot of like radio love that I didn't really expect it. So that's very cool. I got like the BBC Six introducing, like putting my song and saying very nice things about my music, and that was awesome. And yeah, I released it in October, and yeah, it's been great. Like it is a song about desire. It is a song about that time that, you know, when you meet a person and they stay in your head, and then you really have that wanting to see again, you know, like the feeling of love, of passion, of like that is at the beginning mostly of something. It can feel even like you are like drunk or like high, you know, you're like, wow, I really like want to see this person. Like I wanted to translate that into the music. And I
That is
think
exactly what happened to the Latin America show audience, that they want to watch us again and again and again. Yeah, it's exactly that feeling.
Right, because Quiero Verte in this case is I want to see.
Yeah,
like,
they are saying that they
Yeah.
want to watch
Yeah.
us that way.
just
Yeah,
for
yeah.
those who don't speak Spanish out there. Yeah.
yeah, Quiero Verte is I want to see you. And
I
it's
want to
not
see
like
you. Yeah.
so
Mm.
many people want to see someone right now as well. Like we all want to see each other, you know. So it felt kind of like, even the title for me felt very related to the moment that we were going through. And I was like, at some point I was like, am I gonna release this now? Because, you know, everything was a bit crazy. Like you already have like your plans, but everything changed, you know.
Yeah.
Like gigs got canceled, like timings changed, everything. And then I was like, you know what, actually the song it has relation with a little bit with that feeling of wanting to see, reconnect with people, and or with your loved one, like with your, obviously your partner or the person you like.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been good. It's been very good.
And in that way, it's like, well, after Quiero Verte, well, now the latest drop is Culebras. That, well, this one that, well, we're going to listen that one in a couple of minutes more.
Yeah.
But, well, exposes a personal situation about the problems that Venezuela faces. And I don't know if you can elaborate a little more about this song and what is the connection to the current situation in Venezuela.
Yeah, I mean, I started writing that song after having like calling my family to my grandma's house, and like they just like every time I was calling, there was like, how are you guys? And I remember it was like it's always been tough in Venezuela, but now there was that specific moment where like you were calling and they were like, oh no, we don't have power, we have a power cut, or the we don't have water at the moment, and there was like always this thing, and like you being outside, you feel like this kind of like like you can't do anything, and it just like affects you a lot. Like it affects you a lot because you feel just like rage, you know, you're like, you shouldn't be going through this, you know, and like so for me it was like also a way to express my anger, but in like a hopeful way, and like an empowering way, because at the end of the day we have the power, even if we think that's like a little bit like a romantic idea, but we do. So it was like, you know what, this really affects me, it's very painful, so I'm gonna get rid of these bad feelings, and I'm gonna try to like convert them or like into something positive. So that was my aim with the song. And yeah, that was like just being upset with the situation, being upset. And also my moment to I mean, I don't have anything to do, I don't know anything about politics, and I'm not, of course I don't have any, I'm not a politician or anything, you know what I mean? Like my knowledge of it, it's my knowledge, but I don't have to be a genius to understand that what's going on in Venezuela is ridiculous and we shouldn't be going through that. And it was my moment to just like say what I feel. And I was like, you know what, this is it. This is how I feel. This is how I feel with these guys, and this is how I feel with the situation, and it's not right.
Yeah. And some of the most like powerful songs I've heard are the ones where people have personally felt and like been connected to what they're singing about, like that. And actually, speaking about that song, I believe you collaborated with the trumpist Jackson Mathod on that song, potentially others. So how was your experience working with him, and who else have you collaborated with and potentially hope to in the future once the pandemic is really over? Touch wood.
So Jackson is great. He's a great musician, trumpet player. He releases his music and it's really cool. So for me, it was like I've known him since long time, and during the process of recording the song and producing, I thought I need a trumpet in this song. Like it was just like this. Like we need a trumpet. Like we need. And I remember being in the studio with Fede, who co-produced the song, and with Dominic, who I wrote the song with. I've been writing music with Dominic Martin for a long time. As a friend, and he's a songwriter and singer and etc. and producer. And we were in the studio, and I was like, guys, the problem is that we need a trumpet, you know. And then they were like, what? I was like, yeah. So I was like, Jackson. So I go in touch with Jackson. He's very he speaks out loud about what he doesn't like in politics a lot. And I was like, I think he's gonna like the message of the song and he's gonna be up for it. So I explained him what it was about, and I was like, look, it's about this. I know it's in Spanglish. I have to explain you because it's English. And then he was like, yeah, fire, like I'll do it. So we collaborated like this, like we're speaking right now. So it was through this. Right now everyone is doing everything through video and then
through this zooming meetings
matrix thing that we have.
But anyway, through these zoomings, tell us, what's the plans for 2021?
Well, I have a lot. I'm writing a lot right at the moment. So I'm writing a lot. I have a few collaborations that I'm like cooking. I want to release more music. I really want to perform live. So that's my plan. Release music, perform. Yeah, I have so many ideas. It's just like you know. But yeah, I just want to put more music out. I want to be able to connect with people performing live. That will be so cool. Like I really want to do that, because as soon as I started having live gigs, everything. So I didn't even have the time to get into it, to really feel comfortable as well. Like it was like, just, okay, I'm having this gig, I'm getting more, I'm gonna, you know, you start feeling more and more like, I don't know, like warm. And then everything went, you know.
I can just tell you that we would be the first ones at your next gig, so let us know.
Yes, yes.
I have a tough
mean-
question that, yeah, that's not really related to necessarily music, but what do you miss most about Venezuela?
I will have to say my family.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because like my loved ones, if we talk about people, I mean, it's just like the first thing, but definitely the weather.
Yeah, I bet.
Because the food, I have become like grandma making Venezuelan food, like, you know, like
I want to go to your house. I want to go to your house to try it because I haven't tried it.
Forget the concert. Roger will go for the food.
I cook. Like, honestly, like I've been like, okay, I can't have my Venezuelan food. No, I will have it because I've learned how to make it now. Like,
So one tricky question. Where are the arepas originally from?
Oh no.
I hope there are no Colombians here, right?
No, I think so that was, but the
Not yet.
audience, I'm
It's
pretty
not
sure
yet.
yes, they
Watch
are,
out,
and I
watch
know that it
out.
could be like,
It's
that's
gonna
for
be
sure.
a fight, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I know.
I think-
out.
They're from Venezuela. I'm sorry. I mean, come on, guys. You know, like we open the arepas, we put like the butter, we fill them with whatever we want. We give them love. You know, it's Venezuela.
Oh my
The
god.
Venezuelans with arepas are the Mexicans with the tacos. We put everything on there.
Yeah. It's like our bread. It's like our bread. Like literally our everyday food that we actually have. Like Italians have pasta. We have arepas.
They're so good. By the way, if you're in London, they do sell it, like have them on Deliveroo. Like they're really good.
Oh, girl, I make them at home.
Oh,
Okay, so well, maybe you can send us some. You can send us some then.
No, like
Pao,
yeah.
Pao, are you on Deliveroo already?
No.
So I kind of,
no.
Maybe I can open a restaurant. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
New
that would be so much
ideas.
fun.
Just remember
Another
your
business
loyal
idea now.
customers.
And sorry, Pao, just to complete this interview, I would like to ask you that. Well, it's like maybe in one word, just tell me, what do you love about, in general, Latin America?
El sabor.
Yes, the
El
flavor.
sabor. You know, that thing that we have that we just like, I don't know, we have that thing.
So the flavor, the sabor, the Latin American flavor.
The passion that we have, you know, the heart, the feel.
Is the passion fairy flavor.
Exactly. So okay, Pao, where people they can follow you, but of course I'm going to ask you to stay here because we have the Samba Challenge. Later on, I would like that you introduce directly your new release, that is Culebras, that people they are going to listen here in the Latin American show, the first time that they are going to watch also the video. So it's like where they can find you.
Well, you can find me everywhere in the Matrix world kind of thing. You can find me on Instagram, Pao Pestana, on Twitter, Pao Pestana, on Facebook, Pao Pestana Music. I had the luck to actually get the actual name in everything, which is quite good. So yeah, you can find me everywhere, Pao Pestana. The most important for me, I always say, just like go to Spotify, Pao Pestana, listen to my music. That's what I want people to do and connect with my music, and then you know.
Yeah. Actually, we did that. We have a Latin American playlist, and I added your music as soon as I got off the plane and listened to it. So we have it on our list, everyone who's watching as well. But yes, it's very easy to find.
Awesome.
Excellent. So she is Pao Pestana, and she is from Venezuela. Thank you very much for being here tonight with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Stay with us because, it's like now we have another part of the show that, it's like, I don't know if you remember, guys, that, months ago, I think so like month and a half ago, we have the Samba Challenge. And it was extraordinary because, well, they were people from all over the world and they were dancing samba. And this was with our friend Helio Faria that, well, he was here with us. And I don't know, also, if you remember, if you don't remember, if you didn't watch that show, you can watch it on YouTube or here in the Latin America show on Facebook in the different videos that we have. You can watch that video. And also, well, they were like, I think so, 8 or 9 participants, and also they win a prize here because of course we were like engaging all these people. So, well, it's like, now let's watch the 4 finalists that, well, they were in the Samba Challenge. Roger, over you, because, well, 3 of them, they are here in the show and they are going to tell us a little bit more about it. Let's go to the video, Roger.
Essa mina é louca, quando eu tô bolado ela quer beijo na boca. Se eu tô com frio ela tira minha roupa. Louca, essa mina é louca. Essa mina é louca, quando eu tô bolado ela quer beijo na boca. Se eu tô com frio ela tira minha roupa. Louca, essa mina é louca.
A gente sabe viver, conviver, tanto prazer, anoitecer, amanhecer, eu e você.
E eu gosto dela, ela é encantada, ela é minha Cinderela. Inclusive elas fazem sua passarela. Vagabundo pira com a mina na favela. É ela
Quem te ensina certinho, faz tudinho, bem devagarinho, pede gostosinho, vem cá meu pretinho. Desse jeito você me deixa.
Well, okay, so, well, they are the, well, 3 participants of this 4 that they are here with us. And, well, I have the honor to have here, okay, well, Pao, you know Pao, that she's still here, but, well, Jamie, that she is from the UK. Good evening,
Good
Jamie.
evening.
Jamie,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, too. And also we have Giulia, that she is from Italy, and she is joining us.
Hello.
How are you,
Hello,
Giulia?
people.
Where are you based, Giulia? You are in Italy, right? What
Yes,
part of
I live in
Italy?
Italy, in the northeast, in Trieste.
Okay, excellent. And also we have ASANO KAYO that, well, she's from Okinawa. So, but where are you based, Asayo? Asano, sorry, Asano, where are you based?
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
Where are you based? Where do you live?
Right now I live in North Carolina.
Oh, in the United States. Okay, so the other side of the world. So, well, it's like here we have 3 of the finalists of this and the winners of this Samba Challenge that, well, girls, first of all, congratulations. It was an extraordinary performance that you had. And also, well, the audience, they really love it. And I have some messages from people that they told me, how can I join to this? But it was like too late. But, well, it's like, because, well, they watch it here. Hopefully our friend Helio and all of you can join us later in another time, just to know more about this challenge. But, well, first of all, I would like to ask you, how did you get involved in this challenge? I don't know who would like to start.
Well, all 3 of us do Helio's classes probably 4 or 5 times a week, sometimes 7 days a week. And he told us that he was doing the challenge and to send in videos if we wanted to take part.
Okay, well, first of all, are you dancers or are you like performers or something? Because you do it very well. Yes, are you, Asano? Are you a dancer or previously or no? No.
No, I've never taken any dance classes. Wow.
Okay, and how did you get involved in Samba, first of all? A part of the classes, but, well, it's like, how did you start like taking these lessons? I don't know, YEMI.
Well, for me, I found Helio on Google when lockdown started and the pandemic had begun and I couldn't go to the gym anymore. I decided I wanted to learn how to do Afro dance, first of all. And I Googled Afro dance and found Helio's classes. And I watched his videos and I happened to be on YouTube one day and one of his classes was starting live. So I thought I'll give it a go. And I tried it and I loved it. And I've been doing it now for nearly a year. And I've never danced Samba before, his classes, but he's a great teacher, absolutely amazing. And the video for the first part of the challenge was the first Samba I'd ever danced. And the one that you just showed was the second time I danced Samba.
Well, now we can say that, well, you were saying around 1 year, we can say that, well, you have been doing this during the lockdown. Just to be more specific, I think so.
Right.
And I think so it was one of the great activities that we have seen. And if you haven't done this before, this samba dancing, believe me that you are extraordinary dancers of samba. Believe me, we love the four of you that they are that they will be the winners. You were the winners. So believe us that well, congratulations, first of all. I don't know if you want to say something, Julia, to the audience, or maybe that you would like to sing just hello to everyone.
Yes. Hello. Yes, I met Helio 5 years ago. I started not now during the lockdown, but I know him from a long time. I met him in many events of dance and fitness, and I have been fascinated by his knowledge because he is really good not only in samba. We make different kind of classes. Sometimes samba, sometimes salsa. He changes a lot. So he is really good teacher because he knows a lot of style dance of rhythms and dance cultures. So this is what I really like about his classes. And I'm a dance fitness instructor. I don't know if also YEMI had the dance before. I think yes, because I saw her performance. She is really good, and ASANO too. I'm a sensation instructor, so I also teach dance fitness in a dance fitness program. A little bit different than what Helio teach, but also dance.
But also it's really good, I think so, to keep your health and everything. It's a very good exercise, no? Dancing.
Yes. There is a part of, they pay attention on functional training, on musicality, on lyrical expression, and the difference between what I teach, that is salsation, and other fitness programs is the teaching methodology. Salsation is easy to follow, and there is a lot of importance on emotions. We want to transmit also emotions. So I think that you have also to try this. It is really, really nice.
Well, next challenge, we will try to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Roger. You're on mute, I think so, Roger. I don't know, I cannot hear you. No, sorry, something happened with your microphone. And Asano, I don't know if you would like to say something, just to add something.
Yes, my name is Asa from Okinawa. It's very small island like Hawaii. But I've always loved music and dance, and of course Latin music too. And I think Lambada Bacaoma was my first Latin song that I used to listen and dance when I was little. And last year I found I saw Helio's dance classes from YouTube, and I was like, wow, who is this guy? And then I've never taken any dance classes before, but I really, really loved it. He teaches all different kinds of dance, as well as, he teaches the meaning of songs, culture, the history of dance, and a lot of things. And then there's so many international dancers who attend his class, and then I'm really amazed that how music and dance can connect with people from all over the world. So I really, really appreciate what Helio has done for this during this difficult time, and I'm so blessed that have met Helio and our dance family as well. And Nipe David. It means thank you. in Okinawa language.
Well, thank you very much.
Can
Sorry,
you hear me
Roger.
now?
Yeah. Yes, we
Can
can
you
hear
hear me
you
now? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Man. Yeah, I want to ask you to ASANO, because obviously her background and then samba, and it looks amazing how she does it.
Thank
It's
you.
amazing.
And actually, I would like to ask you, the three of you, and well, it's like you're gonna start asking, answering YEMI. What do you love in one word about Latin America?
I love the music, and now that Helio has been such an amazing teacher and taught me how to dance and the meaning of the music, I would really like to visit Latin America because I've never been there. So the culture is very rich, very beautiful, and I'd like to get to know more about it, and that's thanks to Helio.
Well, also you can watch every Tuesday the Latin America show to know more about Latin America, and believe me that you're going to learn about all the region, all the dancing, all the folklore, food, people, and everything. So, well, it's like hopefully you can join us soon, YEMI, and of course, well, you can teach us also some salsa. I'm sorry, some samba here. Yeah, also you can teach us. Julia, what do you love about Latin America? What do you like about Latin America?
People, the passion of the people, the dance, the rhythms of the music, a lot of things, and language also. For me, Spanish, Portuguese are easier to speak.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course, she's Latin, so
I
well.
hope you can understand my English.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Yeah, so it's really good. So don't worry about it. Yeah, and ASANO, what do you like about Latin America?
I love, all the energy and passion of, music and dance and food and people and everything.
Excellent. So, well, thank you very much. And well, you have here YEMI, Giulia, and ASANO, that they are the winners of the Samba Challenge with Helio, Faria. I think so. Our friend Liliana, she already shared some of the information where you can find this one. Also, also she shared with us this website, Salsation. Oh, yeah, it's Corey is going. SalsationFitness.com.
Yes.
Yes, it's the one that you were telling us. Yeah, correct. So, well, it's like, thank you very much, guys, for being here with us. Dance fun, yeah, fitness, excellent. So, what do you think, Roger, if we just watch again the video and just to say thank you to YEMI, Giulia, and ASANO. Have a good evening, and thank you very much for being here in the Latin America show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then let's watch it again.
Yeah.
Essa mina é louca, quando eu tô bolado ela quer beijo na boca. Se eu tô com frio ela tira minha roupa. Louca, essa mina é louca. Essa mina é louca, quando eu tô bolado ela quer beijo na boca. Se eu tô com frio ela tira minha roupa. Louca, essa mina é louca.
A gente sabe viver, conviver, tanto prazer, anoitecer, amanhecer, eu e você.
E eu gosto dela, ela é encantada, ela é minha Cinderela. Inclusive elas fazem sua passarela. Vagabundo pira com a mina na favela. É ela
Quem te ensina certinho, faz tudinho, bem devagarinho, pede gostosinho, vem cá meu pretinho. Desse jeito você me deixa.
Excellent. So,
Wow,
well, they are the
amazing.
winners of the Samba Challenge. And well, of course, we'll continue with the show. As we told you before, well, we will have the release, the first time that you're going to watch this video. And I think so. Pao is here. Pao Pestana, are you here? Pao?
I'm here.
Ah, yes, you are there. How,
I
Pao?
wasn't sure I needed to be here during this samba contest, so I was like,
No, yes. And you know what? Because now you're going to dance. You already watch.
all
how you do-
right.
And now you're going to do it. No, of course not. Now, we will give you 1 week just to prepare it. Is that okay for you?
All right, guys, come on.
So, well, it's like, Pao, I would like that you present this release that is Culebras. So, well, if you can tell us a little bit and you present it.
Yes, so this is Culebras featuring Jackson Mathod on trumpet, and It's a song about empowering and about telling off people that you don't really like. There you go. Tell them off.
Se fue la luz, me sigues mareando. Llama la luz, me tienes mareada. Puedo ver la marea. Creeping around us like culebras. Algunos putos nos quieren ver down. Yo sé. Why you think you're winning? Cause you quote it every hour. Working is the only way that you can feel empowered. Veo bien la marea. Mira, está llena de culebras. Dime, ¿pa' qué? Dime, porque me quieres ver down. Keep an eye wide. Cause I flare your way. It's the last time the dice from my hands you take. Keep an eye wide. Cause I flare your way. This is the last time the dice from my hands you take. Puedo ver la marea. Culebras, es que estos putos nos tienen golpeados. Yo sé. You might run a lot of shit, but you don't run my feelings. I think you're the type that cries when we're no longer hearing. A mí tú no me enredas. A mí tú no me mareas, no. Dime, ¿pa' qué? Porque me quieres ver. Keep an eye wide. Cause I flare your way. It's the last time the dice from my hands you take. Keep an eye wide. Cause I flare your way. This is the last time the dice from my hands you take. Me tienes mareado. Y ahora sé con los planes que andabas. No me vengas con puntos ni trampas. Nada. Tú vas, yo vengo y te espero sentada. Vamos a quemar tus bolsillos de plata. Keep an eye wide. It's the last time. Oye, la última vez. I keep an eye wide. Yo te conozco. I learn your ways. Culebra. Y a ti te vamos a pelar la piel. Cause I learn your ways. It's the last time. Last the dice from my hands you take. Keep an eye wide. Te conozco. Cause I learn your ways. This is the last time.
Well, she's Pao Pestana, and well, it's a pleasure having you here, Pao.
Yeah.
Why you don't tell me to turn off my camera?
Hey,
I don't know how
hey.
this works.
No, thank you very much, Pao, for having you here in the show. So it has been like extraordinary. You are an extraordinary singer, of course. Every time that you have a new release, let us know, that well, we can present your videos here, or you can come here and present it. And we are very proud that you are like Venezuelan girl that, well, tonight she has been with us and presenting this extraordinary music. And of course, your point of view about the different situations and also all your career. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure, really. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Paola.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
So I think so that I was missing one part, so it was over you, Whitney.
Oh, okay, perfect.
2
All right.
minutes.
In your dreams. All right. Normally the teacher decides that, not the student, which is what you guys are. All right. So I mentioned this really early on. Don't worry, we're not cutting slang in all the episodes, just once in a while. So here is some slang from Venezuela because we haven't talked about them yet. So I'm going to give you a few words. So the first one is chévere. We've seen this a lot. It means awesome, cool, great. Another word used for this in Venezuelan slang is fino or fina, which means cool, or is also a way to end a conversation. So chévere is more like the global word for that. You have, and last time, just to recap, we learned that in Colombia and Peru, another way to say chévere is bacán. And in Argentina, it's copado or recopado, which is like muy bacán, like very awesome or cool. So just to recap some of the old slang, just to draw connections. And then of course we have dale, which we've seen before. It means okay or all right. So that's another word to review that we've seen in other countries. Sometimes people, like I studied a lot in Spain and I'm so used to saying vale. So it could be interchanged with that for Latin America and particularly Venezuela. We have chamo. Chamo, so un chamo or una chama is a way, or not una, sorry, it's just chama or chama is a way to like refer to a friend, like, hey, like, you know, dude or whatnot, like kind of like way in Mexico. But it's un pana or una pana that means friend. And actually, pana is also another adjective to say amable or friendly. And then a few more. I only had a few because I knew we'd go over this episode. We had so many great guests. So that tends to happen. Okay, again, another repetition. We have vaina. So just like in Colombia, this means like thing or thingy, like cosa. And then last few, this one's new. Tal cual means just as it is or just like that. Okay, so you can use it for that. Tal cual, vaina. And then we have burda, which is used to express really large quantities. So if you were to say like burda de, like una burda de, it means like a lot of, okay, which can replace like mucho for anyone who speaks Spanish. And then we have the last one, el bolo, which is, so in Venezuela, they use Bolivar as their moneda, as their currency. So no tengo bolo means no tengo dinero. I don't have money. So el bolo is like a way of saying dinero o plata, lo que sea. And that's it. I kept it short and simple tonight, but I have a question, Enrique and Roger. ¿Cuál es su palabra favorita? Y úsala en una frase, porfa.
Me pareció muy chévere la música de Pao Pestana.
Okay, muy bien. Y Roger gave me this idea because he does this a lot. Y Roger, una frase un poco más original que la frase de Enrique.
Hey, pana, vamos a escuchar la música de Pao Pestana.
Ah, muy bien, sí.
O sea, tú también dijiste lo mismo, o sea, ya ves. Es más fácil de haber.
Pero es diferente.
Mira, no entendí esta vaina. ¿No?
Oh. Vaina, toda la vaina, sí. Chicos, everyone, follow me on makingspanishsimple.com, but more importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel because that's where I'm channeling in my efforts, and I will throw that in the chat, or just go to my website, click on the icon, and subscribe. And that is it. Was that 2 minutes, Enrique?
No, actually it was like 3, but it's okay.
Oh, well.
Actually it was like 4, but it doesn't matter. It was a pleasure.
Well, yeah, I know. All right.
It was a pleasure. Don't worry. Yeah. And well, it's like, actually, I would like to say thank you very much to all the people that they are sending us messages. Like, for example, Mariela Romo, that well, she's saying, esos videos de Pao, ¿dónde los puedo ver? Where can I watch all these videos of Pao? Actually, it's the first time that you have seen these videos because they produced it just last week. So it's the first time. So I think so you can watch. They are going to be uploaded to the Pao Pestana website very soon. So, well, I think so is where you can find, you will find them there very, very soon. Remember, it's Pao Pestana. So, well, there's extraordinary music. And also they are going to be, also Manolo is telling us that, well, soon they will be also on YouTube. So, so thank you very much. Mariela, also thank you for Asa for being here tonight with us, Daniel Dubal, who is saying great job, YEMI, Giulia, and Asa, and Diego Sadra is saying lovely because, of course, of the dances that we have for this Samba Challenge.
Dinamo
Asa is saying, hola, Helio and dance family. Hopefully I explained about your class. Yes, of course, we understood perfectly. And also we're in dance. She's saying, lovely song about the song about Pao that, well, it's extraordinary. So, well, also, thank you, Roger, for this. It's like for the part of Spotify, where people they can find Pao Pestana on Spotify, and you can find these two extraordinary songs that I have to be very honest that, well, today I think so this song Culebras I listen it like maybe times today.
So good.
Yeah, because this is really, yeah, the sound, the beat is really good, so I really like that. So, well, as remember, you can find her as Pao Pestana. And also thank you very much to our guest NAYLA for being here with us, NAYLA for being here with us. And remember that, I don't know, Roger, did you share the website?
I will share it.
I will. Oh, come on.
I will share it. Okay, let me put it in there. But
yes, please, if you can put it in the, yeah, I know. If you can just put it in the
comments right now. I have it bookmarked on my phone.
Yeah, you have it.
What do you have?
I have it bookmarked on my phone.
Oh,
so I can,
that's big.
It's dangerous.
It's because it's dangerous because now you're gonna start. Yes, I want to buy.
That's why I do with Bikini.
There is it. Yeah, thank you very much, Whitney. So yes, here you have it. Like it's ShopNayla.com. So it's very easy to find it. So well, thank you. Thank you for everyone that, well, it's like, sorry about these guys that they are like giving cash and everything, that they are using our comment section just to put things that they don't make any sense. And just be careful with all these scammers that sometimes they are like in the live shows, not only in this one, in all the live shows, these people, they are like just trying to got you. So, well, just be careful with that. But I think it's time to go. So thank you very much. Roger Alarcon.
Well, it's been a pleasure. You know what? I'm a fan now of Pao. I like as you say, now I'm just gonna have all that tune all the week. Yes.
That's good. Excellent. Thank you very much, Roger Alarcon. And on the other side, not of the world, on the other side here in London, Whitney Nuchereno.
Yes, it's good to be back. I mean, this show like energizes me so much. I was yawning right before the show and now I'm like feeling all energized. So that's good. I also put in the Facebook comments so you can pair your lovely new pair of NAYLA sandals with Patusa wear. So I tagged Patusa there as well, just to, give a shout out to Peruvian fashion. But yeah, thank you so much. And I look forward to next week. I'm not going to spoil next week.
Come on, do it.
Because actually I was working so hard on one of the April shows today and yesterday that I actually forgot. I know we're doing like chocolate, alfajores and music and something else, which I forget. So Enrique, why don't you finish spoiling it for everyone?
Don't worry. It's like, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you were right. We're going to talk a little bit about alfajores. We're going to talk about alfajores and chocolate. Yeah. And we are going to have a band, an extraordinary band that they are from Latin America, but they're based in Sweden. So it's extraordinary. And actually, if you remember when in Christmas, we upload a video with the song Feliz Navidad, played by Stereoplan. So Stereoplan, they are going to be with us next week. So well, it's don't miss out. So thank you very much for being tonight with us. As I said, always please share this video with all your friends, just very easy. And also you will support not only the people that they're not only the show, all the people, all the producers as NAYLA, as Pao, as Helio, Faria, that thank you very much, Helio, for all your support also, and all these people that they are doing different stuff, different products, services, etc. Remember, we are just one word. We are only one community. So remember, if you share this video, you will support many, many people, not only in the UK, all over the world, as you have seen in the United States, in Latin America, wherever they are, because we are a big family. So thank you very much. My name is Enrique Gelista. Remember, the Latin America show is every Tuesday, 8 p.m. London time. So see you next Tuesday and bye-bye.